Hi, Holly. How are you? How's everyone doing? Those of you watching the replay, welcome, welcome. And those of you just joining, it's going good. I'm tired, man. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. I said that last week and I ended up waking up at like 8:30. It's like, shit, man. Hey, Ben, how are you? Just sharing this real quick and then you'll have my undivided attention. There we go. All right. Hi, Susan. How are you, darling? Oh, we did the school book fair after school today. Hey, Matt. So, yeah, just being there is exhausting. But I had so much stuff planned to do today and I ran out of time and didn't get to half of it. So, I've got some stuff to do in the next couple of days to keep me busy. Oh, yeah, and then we have Easter Sunday. Probably gonna take that one off, you guys. I totally forgot that that was this weekend. Hey, Kara. Um, so yeah, I probably won't be with you guys on Sunday, but you guys may or may not be, having other plans anyway. So yeah, it'll be a 3-day weekend for me. Okay, there we go. Now the comments are coming through. I had to go out on my computer and then come back in so I could see the comments. Get off of my face, you banner. Okay. Wait, what? Aw. You're still sick and have a massive migraine, Holly? Try some hand mudras. If you haven't already, try those. There are a couple of them that you can use for migraine that will help, but we'll all send you some healing and extra love right now. I hope you feel better soon. Drink lots of water. Okay. We'll see what, yeah. We'll see what this reading has in store. Which one? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I usually have to go and like Google it, because my memory skills. So every time, usually I have to go back and search out what mudra works for whatever. But yeah, usually people don't think about doing mudras, but that's something that I do think about because like earlier on in my awakening, like towards the beginning, when I was having seizures and things, I was like trying everything to heal those, and mudras were one thing that I came across, and then it really came in handy for the heartburn during pregnancy. So um, it was, oh my goodness, it was a gift. With Haley, I had the worst heartburn ever. I didn't know anything about anything. I was 18, or yeah, I was 19 when I got pregnant with Haley. So I was doing what the doctor told me to do, and she was telling me to take Pepsid. So I was taking Pepsid like every single time, because I think you can take it every 12 hours or something, or back then that was, I don't know. Anyway, so I was taking it like right on the dot whenever I could take the next one, and I was eating Tums like crazy, and I hate Tums with a bloody passion. They're so disgusting. Anything chalky is like not good for my yeah. Anyway, it was awful, and that was like the worst thing ever. That alone made me not ever want to get pregnant again. Um, so, which is why it took me so long to get pregnant with Lucian after Haley, 10 years. But when I was pregnant with Haley, I had already known about hand mudras. So I looked up mudras for heartburn and tried it. And within 3 seconds flat, it was gone. And I would do it every time. I still use it. And it's not just for heartburn. Like, if you like, I like to have milk and cookies. And I don't have a very big glass of milk, but it makes me like over full every time. So it is very uncomfortable to be full of milk. So I do that, the hand mudra for heartburn. Um, for any kind of digestive upset with nausea too. I do use it for that, and it does help most of the time. Um, so yeah, check into that. That might be really beneficial. Awesome, you're looking it up. All right. I just remembered there's something else I have to look into for a friend psychically. I need to remember that afterwards. Hi, Linda. All right. So let's begin. Bottom of the deck energy. I'm liking it. Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer shores. She is leaving the past behind her with nothing but the clothes on her back, basically. And usually in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, there is a guardian or like a boatsman that is, hi, Jeffrey, welcome. Um, that's, escorting her, and usually a child with her across this river from stormy seas to calmer shores. So leaving a tough situation and things starting to become brighter. You see, it's a dawn of a new day in the background. She's leaving the night and stepping into that new dawn. And we have the King of Pentacles here. So this is that divine masculine energy. This is abundance and being grounded, emotionally and mentally grounded, having mastered the ability to ground yourself through those tough situations. The tower showing up in the reverse, you've already overcome whatever tower moments, you're moving through those things, whatever was causing a lack of clarity with that Ace of Swords in the reverse, or untruths, could, backbiting type energies, whatever wasn't working is being cut out. The Three of Pentacles in the reverse, it wasn't working, so it's being cut out. Okay. To make way for your solid foundations with that Four of Wands. That is also alignment. 1111, Four of Wands. There's four wands, which stands for 1111. You get me? Solid foundations, but also alignment. The B is showing up on the bottom of the deck with creativity, cooperation, and productivity. You're being guided to change something in your life, become inspired, follow your heart, and creatively build your future with today's decisions. You have no limitations, and there are no boundaries for your capabilities. Any assistance you need will always be found. Bees defy gravity. Okay. They shouldn't be able to fly because they're so big. Their bodies are so big, but their wings are so tiny. But they don't fly with their wings. They fucking levitate. All right. They don't even, they're like, oh, I shouldn't be able to fly. Really? Watch me. Um, totally Virgo energy. I love it. I'm a Virgo rising. I really, really love Virgo. You guys know that. But there's something that you need to change. You need to tap into that inspiration, that passion, that creativity, the sacral chakra, okay, and the confidence, sacral and solar plexus. Those have been coming through a lot in this last week or so, but you need to have the confidence to follow the guidance, follow your heart, follow the guidance, okay? Be confident in your intuition, in your knowing, and follow that path. And it's going to take work. Bees are workers, man. Do you know how many trips it takes to flowers to create just 1 tablespoon of honey? I can't remember, but it's like over 1,000, I think. I don't know. If anyone knows that fun little fact, pop it down in the comments because I forgot the number. But it's like a lot, okay? So it's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication to yourself, to your path, to your vision. We have the cheetah. Focus, clarity, and speed. You are being guided to be mindful and value yourself and others. Strategize your days, be patient, take calculated risks, and take action towards your heart's desires. You have what you need to change your life today and become the best version of you. Just got to put some work into it, all right? You can do it. Put your back into it. Where's Kara when I need her to finish a lyric? I hope she is taking care of herself. Anywho, focus, clarity, and speed. You're being guided to be mindful of yourself and others and strategize. Okay. Be patient, take calculated risks. Just like yesterday in the reading, they were talking about indecision and needing to come to a decision, but also being mindful of the decision that you're making. Make sure that you're seeing bigger picture energy and you're not just acting on impulse. Because it looks good, it looks shiny. It could be a turd dipped in glitter. You never know. Okay, so take a closer look at it before you invest. But once you are certain and everything's looking good, then focus, clarity, and speed comes in with the highest good of all involved in, in mind. Proceed. They're saying don't hold back. Uh, Ace of Wands and the Four of Swords came out next to each other. And this is that like sitting on your laurels. That's why they're like, if it looks good, if you've already checked it out, then get up and act. Okay. Don't just sit there. Don't just be a lazy little panda. Okay. The panda did come out. Pandas are so cute, but they are lazy and they're adorable. But you're being guided to remove self-sabotaging thoughts and feelings and no longer label yourself or others. Take a step back and find the harmonic balance within your life and its relationships. Align with your core values and embrace the magic of today. And that panda means balance, harmony, and detachment. So, making decisions for the highest good of all involved. Take a step back, okay? Find the balance. Don't go rushing in if things are feeling off, or there's a lack of reciprocity, or there are still things that you need to get lined up before you can proceed on this project. Whatever it is for you in your own experience, find the balance, okay? Find harmony, detach from the outcome, because when we're attached to the outcome, we're not going to see the details clearly, right? We're going to see it through the lens of what we want, and usually kind of tainted with lack. There she is. You were washing your face and couldn't type fast enough. You could do it. Put your ass into it. I knew you were there. Hey, Catherine. You got me, girl. All right. That is, I definitely have Ice Cube on the playlist. And I do slump that shit around town, trust me. I'm that like weird older lady, the middle-aged mom that drives around blasting all of her music and rocking the fuck out to it, not even giving a shit what anybody else thinks. I'm making days, guys. I'm making everybody's day. I'll twerk in the car. Oh, anywho. Embodying that panda spirit, right? I don't know if pandas twerk, but I know they play around and they're cute. So, bring a little bit more of that into your life right now. But also, you do need to take pause and rest, okay? With that Ace of Wands in the reverse with the Four of Swords. Also, talking about going within, like we've been talking about, really absorbing that clarity, that information. Yes, you do. Thank you. Hey, Danielle. That's what we're supposed to do. Exactly. So take a moment to reflect, to pause. If things aren't really moving forward just yet, then utilize this time to rest before, you know, things really start to move forward in a big way with that cheetah. Okay, things, you could be in this period of rest because you're going to be so busy, you're going to be focusing your energy, you know, so intensely or on multiple different areas that you're going to need that energy. So right now is time for you to recharge your batteries, because it's a marathon. Okay, it's not a sprint. Hey Anna, I love you. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You're building that Four of Wands, your stable foundations. Okay, so take a seat and relax. Not everything has to be done right now. Rome wasn't built in a day. No, it's taken them motherfuckers thousands of years to get to the uh, platform of control that they have now covertly. Um, Rome never fell, you guys. It just shifted into the Catholic Church. Um, you guys know. I don't have to tell you this. All right. What do we got? Transformation on the bottom of the deck. That is neat. This card, I swear, when I picked up the deck off of my desk, that card was on the bottom of the deck. It was laying face up. And this card has shown up in the last few readings that I've used that deck for, right? And here it is again. It haunts me. Transformation. Card number 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 is solid foundations. 2 is a number of things coming together. Those, you know, that alignment, that Four of Wands, that's also 4, 2, and 2. Card number 22. Things are coming together. Master number 22. All right. But first, you must transform. And it's not fun, okay, to be butterfly soup. It's not fun to unbecome everything you once were in order to restructure and, you know, step into a whole brand new version of yourself. You got fucking wings and everything. What? So it's not comfortable. Absolutely not. But it is necessary for you to gain those wings, that freedom, that enlightenment, okay? Becoming lighter, becoming higher frequency. I feel that card big time today. Awesome, Lindy. I love it. Um, and again, you guys, Danielle is my friend from years and years ago. Our kids went to preschool together. Um, so yeah, but we're besties with the same bestie, and also, you know, kind of besties along the way. So it's all good. She's an oldie but a goodie. So definitely give her a warm welcome. Um, Oh, yeah, you're tapping into unlimited possibilities here. Card number 19 with that tree. Ground it down, root it into your reality, okay? And then catch all them sun codes with those beautiful leaves you're growing. Perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out and common ground. Okay, you've been undergoing transformation, and when you're in the thick of it, when you're stuck in all the details that you're experiencing in a very tangible way, it's very difficult to zoom out, right? That's the situation. It's so minuscule. You can't even locate it in the general vicinity. That's the planet. You're in, you know, one of those little dots on a map, zoomed way in looking at that planet. You can't even see your dot now. So zoom out and see the bigger perspective. Understand that everything is happening for you, okay? Not to you. So this is a chance, an opportunity for you to zoom out and to see the larger perspective. Common ground, if you're having any kind of difficulty with relationships or anything like that, try to find some common ground if you can. And if you cannot, if they are unhealthy, if they are toxic, then cut them, because now is the time. Um, we're still in eclipse season, okay? Eclipse season ain't over. We've got how many more days? The last eclipse is next week. Love that for you, not to you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we're still in eclipse energy. We're still in that eclipse portal, okay? That eclipse portal is not going to close for another couple of weeks. So we are still releasing things, people, places, things, doesn't matter. We're releasing energies of the past. We're letting go of these energies that are anchoring us, these lower frequencies that are anchoring us down so that we can fucking fly with the wings we just got. All right. We've been butterfly soup for too damn long. It's time to spread those wings. Okay. We the Hathors dive deep, mother's milk, and birth as a portal. As I live and breathe, I just said portal, right? We're in this eclipse portal. So this is that divine feminine energy. This is um, the undeniable and inherent love of source. So during this time, this eclipse portal time, you may find yourself more in tune with your intuition, more receiving more downloads, more guidance, more information, maybe on others. You're seeing through the veil. This is not something that's going to go away after eclipse season over. This is proof of your frequency rising, proof of your gifts deepening, maybe even coming online if you're new to it. Okay. Lost land, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So with these downloads, with these abilities coming online or enhancing and deepening, okay, you could also experience memories of past lives. And like we've talked about before, they don't always come through in the same way. Our past life memories won't come through in the same way that this lifetime memories do. Sorry, my heart just like palpitated and then like fluttered. It felt like it was like flying away out like the other side of my chest. So strange. Um, this is heart opening. You're okay. I get it. So the next card that I was going to get to here soon was Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, and Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. This is unbecoming, right? This is stepping out of that cocoon. And as you're doing this, you're tapping it's like you're cracking your heart open. It's like the hard outer shell that you formed around it is cracking open, and it's like your heart feels like it's going to fly out your chest because it's so light. Whatever has burdened you so much before, you finally have been able to release that. And this is where everything in your life shifts. And I just heard like the like, I don't remember, is it Miramax or something? I don't know. One of those movie studio things, you know, the beginning of movies, and it's like introducing and it's like the buildup. It's like that that was being played. So it's suspenseful, but it's ushering in something big, okay? Something groundbreaking for you. All of these experiences have forced you to crack open, okay? You may have hit rock bottom, or you may have hit another rock bottom, or you may have felt all of these triggers and things coming up recently that you haven't really experienced in quite a while. So all of those old emotions are surfacing and you're having to purge and let go. And, you know, you did this work before, but now it's like coming back. Yes, Wendy, awesome. Well, not awesome, but it is awesome ultimately. You know, that bigger perspective, it is happening for you. It is cracking you open so that you can tap into that limitless possibility within you. And also these past lifetimes, these gifts and these things that you bring through inherently with your soul into this life experience, but you know, you may have been blind to or unawakened to until this point where it's like the entire game changes. And they're talking about the leveling of the playing field. We've been saying this for months, leveling the playing field. So and this plays exactly into what I want to talk about today for the topic. I'll have to get into that in a little bit, but yeah, this is amazing. It goes perfectly as usual. You know how it goes. Anyway, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. This is talking about you being the fucking blueprint. You're not the black sheep. You're the motherfucking blueprint. Okay. That's why you have been outcast. That is why you have been, looked at funny. That is why you are a pioneer in your bloodline. You're doing things differently than anyone else in your family before has done. Even if they're not giving you stank eye over it, it doesn't matter. You are bringing upgrades to your genetic bloodline. The crack is where the light gets in. Exactly, Wendy. So as you're healing yourself, you are accessing these soul memories and these soul gifts, which may or may not come through like a conscious, coherent type of memory like you would tap into from this lifetime. It can come through as a knowing or just like a random thought, vision, whatever. It comes through differently for different people. We've talked about it before. I don't know if that was before or after I went solo, so there may or may not be a video to prove it. So we might have to address that one again. But you are unbecoming everything that was programmed within you, but also within your genetic lineage. So you are here to upgrade, up level your soul group, your soul's lineage. We have joy on the bottom of the deck. I did want to highlight that sacred space right behind that, but we have reunion of souls. And this is again something that we're going to talk about today. I have it on my list. I emailed myself a list of points that I want to bring up. So you could be one of us who's been completely disowned by our family members. I got my notification from my Nana 2 days before Christmas that I was disowned from the family. I'm excommunicated. So you could be one of us who is completely shunned by their family, by their biological family, or even adopted family, depends on your situation. But it doesn't, I mean, yes, it's painful. Yeah, it sucks, but it doesn't fucking matter. Okay. That perspective. Okay. Because you're not even fucking from here. These aren't even your true people. You came in to volunteer to help them. Okay. And they're biting the hand that feeds them. They're basically, slapping away the help, but you're helping anyway, just by being, just by existing. You are changing the entire lineage because you are a part of it, because you were born into that in this vessel. So whether they like it or not, you're healing that shit for them. Okay. But you don't have to continue being connected to them this entire life experience. You will have your soul family, these beings that also volunteered into probably shitty circumstances too, okay, that understand the ins and outs of everything that you experience too, to their own degree. And you come together and you have healed, or you're healing, and you're helping each other, you're supporting each other, you're loving one another, forming this beautiful family, this beautiful loving community, just like the one we fucking have right here, okay? And that's what it's all about. That's us reconnecting, because we're not, we're seeing others outside of our childhoods, our programming on who our family is, and we're expanding that and including non-biological people as our family as well. So what do you think is going to happen whenever that happens? First it starts with these smaller groups, and then it takes effect like brush fire. It's worldwide now, you know what I mean? Hey Bronson, love you honey. Hi Lisa. So it is your purpose to come here to do your fucking life, to live it the way that you are guided to do, to cut whoever else out that you need to, and to add whoever else in that you want. Okay. I have my chosen family members. They're the ones that I consider my family. Okay. And I have built that. And they have all been friends, people that I've handpicked to be my family. And I couldn't ask for any better family than that. Okay. So, where my biological family may have failed me, may have shunned me, may have, tried to make me look and feel like the worst human being on the planet, that doesn't fucking matter, because I love them anyway. I understand why they might, feel the way that they feel and think that about this experience, because of their own traumas, because of their own, programming and upbringing. So, understanding that, still loving them, but distancing yourself from them, and then creating your own experience is the best gift that you could give to humanity. They were shunned by me when my partner and then parents passed. The cold hearted people had nothing but negativity. So I said, see you never willing to. I love that, Susan. I love you. So that reunion of souls, if you haven't started experiencing that yet, which it would catch me completely by surprise if you are in this community and you're a regular, you're connected to us on a regular basis. If not, please feel free to join if it resonates with you. Um, but honoring your energy is the only way that you're going to initiate this soul reunion, this reunion within yourself, reunion back to your own soul, but also connecting with others, other like-minded individuals. Ancient wisdom showing up here. You already have all the knowledge that you need, okay? And you're acquiring more as you go. And those who are meant to be your community are going to support you. Look, these trees, they're all connected by their root systems, right? They're all family, they're all community, they share resources through the root system. It doesn't matter where you are on this plane, okay? We're all from all kinds of different places. Not very many of us are very close to one another geographically, and we're still connected at the roots. We're still sharing resources, sharing love, sharing support, supporting one another's businesses, and all of those things. So you are connected, you have support, but you may not always feel that way. It is a lonely path at times, especially whenever you're a cycle breaker and a new blueprinter. But it's only temporary. Okay. That is outlined in my outline for today. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. You are unique for a reason. That's why you're ostracized and shunned and made fun of or kept away from. People think you're weird. Ask me how I know. People have been scared of me and thought I was weird, and also super like gravitated towards me all at the same time. Weirdest shit ever. The high school experience was different, for sure. But anyway, you are the courageous peony. You are multifaceted. You are here to break the mold. Okay, you're not meant to come here and be cookie cutter, just like the other human beings around here and their little cookie cutter experiences. Okay, no judgment if you live in a cookie cutter neighborhood. Okay, but I like to be eccentric and I like to be rebellious, so it's just not my thing. But we're not all here to be carbon copies of one another. That would be like a zombie apocalypse, no? So we are love. We are. You are a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Okay? You're made up of fucking star stuff, baby. Okay? You are made up of the cosmos and of water. Water holds all the knowledge, all the wisdom from anything that has ever been. Okay? Water exists everywhere. Water comes in many, many, many forms, not just the ones that we know here on, in this human experience with the knowledge and the technology that we have acquired thus far. Nowhere close to knowing anything really, but water comes in many forms and you're made up of mostly water. And all you need to do is tap in because water holds all of that information. Okay. The entire, all of existence. Okay. All of the information of all of the things that have ever been in existence can be contained within one drop of water. Just wait until science catches up with that one. Okay. Imagine that, like, oh, I can put water under a microscope and ask it something and it'll reflect back to me exactly the thing, exactly the information or exactly the visual of what can imagine how like crimes would be solved once they catch up to that. Anyway, you have it all, so tap in. Just like I have the gift of being able to tap into this information and just know, and it comes through. That's because water is my guide. Okay, little did I know for the longest time, but water is my guide. And I don't, as a human, I don't consciously know everything. I don't know everything there is to know, but I guarantee you that I will go in my internal library and find out, okay, if it's not off limits for whatever reason. Sometimes, you know, they will keep things from you because you're not meant to know at certain times. So, that being said, you can tap in. You are a child of the cosmos. You have all of the information, all the wisdom, and all the love of source within you. So you have been unbecoming all of these things that you never were to begin with, so you could come to the realization of that again. And that's part of the process. That's part of the gift of becoming a human being, is forgetting that you are all of those things, that you are love, and forgetting that connection to unconditional love and to all of this knowledge and all of this wisdom that we're always seeking. Knowledge, information, wisdom, clarity, you know, love, love, love. Everyone's always seeking love, when you don't have to go seeking all of these things. They're all within you. You just forgot, okay? That veil of forgetfulness can be very tricky, son of a bitch. But whenever you come to the realization, to the remembering that you are already those things, that's the sauce, baby. That's the cherry on top, too. Okay. I'm seeing a sundae. That's why I said the sauce. Chocolate sauce, and then like whipped cream and a cherry on top is the vision that they gave me. So, movement into balance. You have been unbecoming all of these things and becoming so confused and disoriented, and everything's been, you know, foggy, and you've been, you know, unable to receive much clarity because you're supposed to trust. You're supposed to unbecome all of those things, drop the anxiety, and trust that inner wisdom. Movement into balance, right next to that ancient wisdom card, okay? All of the turbulence is helping you to move into a state of balance. So whenever you are still, you know, flying through those skies and you encounter some more turbulence, you're already going to be balanced. Your counterweights are in place and you're not going to really be rocked. Okay. So allow this time of pause, you know, absorb and reflect at this time, because things are about to really take off, especially after the closing of the eclipse portal, which is in a couple of weeks. So, um, set the intentions right now to recognize and release anything else that you need to let go of during this eclipse portal. Ask your higher self, you know, the know all part of you, um, to bring clarity, bring things to light, show you where you need to let go of um, beliefs, ideologies, um, behavioral patterns, people, jobs, whatever it is, just anything that I need to let go of, let it surface now so that I can let it go. Let it go in peace, with love and forgiveness, gratitude for the experience. No matter what experience it was, it taught you something, it brought you some kind of gift by way of whether that's strengthening your endurance, making you stronger, making you wiser, or just having that experience because in the future you'll reference back to that in a situation and you'll know exactly what to do. So honor your sacred space, go within, connect to your highest self, and trust the guidance that comes through, and trust the process. It's a messy one. Birth is never ever immaculate and clean. Okay. I don't care what kind of birth you have, it is a bloody mess. So, whenever you're having a rebirth, whenever you're undergoing that transformative process and you're having that rebirth, it's going to be ooey and gooey and bloody and yucky. But you know what? You're washable. So, that's what my mother always used to say. I didn't want to get my hands dirty, and she'd be like, "You're washable." So, you're washable, honey. It might get messy, but you're washable. Okay. And water's here to clean you up. Just let the healing waters flow. If you need to cry, cry. Whatever you got to do, release it right now, because this eclipse portal is assisting you in that process. It is not trying to sabotage you, it is helping. Um, love you guys. That's all I got. Obviously, I cleaned up my cards. Mostly full of tomfoolery. Who's Jon Snow? Should I know that? All I know is that I don't know, right? Who's Jon Snow? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Game of Thrones. Oh, yeah, I've never watched that. So I wouldn't know. Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, I've never watched that. I've heard it's a good show, but with the rebel spirit, I very rarely ever watch anything mainstream, and whenever I do, it's usually years after the fact. But I should probably watch that so I can know what people are talking about, because a lot of people reference that show and I've never watched it. Thank you, Andy. I'm glad. I'm glad it was helpful. Um, okay. I'm going to pull up my notes because we're talking about being the black sheep. You're not the black sheep, you're the motherfucking blueprint, okay? Um, you're welcome, thank you. Read the books much better. Probably so. Probably so. They always are. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll have to do that instead. So the black sheep is usually the one who sees dysfunction and refuses to conform. Okay, all of us rebel spirits here. Um, the resistance that you're feeling from others who may be knee deep in that dysfunction, um, it's not rejection, though it does feel that way. It's resistance to change. Um, and that is part of healing. So think about things, deep uh, traumas or triggers or wounds that you needed to heal. First, you needed to recognize that they were an issue. First, you needed to face those. And that can be really difficult to even wrap your mind around, especially whenever you are so used to them, it becomes your normal and you don't really think anything, otherwise. So it can really, it can be, you can get the cognitive dissonance, right? It can be very much like part of you is resisting this information. But hey, Steph, um, um, we've all been there, right? I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to stutter and getting distracted by comments simultaneously, but also trying to keep on track with my my list of stuff that I want to go over. Couldn't finish the House of Dragon because the first dragon died. I was done. Oh man, I feel that one, Kara. I don't blame you one bit. You're welcome, Susan. I love you. You are the rainbow goat. You are totally the rainbow goat. I love that coming from a Capricorn. I know I look like a goat, so you were not meant to conform. You were not meant to fit in. And that's why it's impossible for you to do so. It feels like you're completely failing yourself if you go along with it. You feel like you're dead to yourself, basically. Um, so you weren't meant to conform. You weren't meant to go along with everything. You were meant to break that mold and create something new, bring in new possibilities, new opportunities for your bloodline. Think about it. So many people's families, okay, lineages have experienced lack. The Great Depression, almost nobody was unscathed by the Great Depression. So that created a generation, many generations of people who were in lack mentality. Our great grandmothers, my great grandmothers, used the butter containers like the Country Crock or the I can't believe it's not butter containers as Tupperware, which is really good. That's repurposing, which if you look at it in that way, in that light, then it's not, acting from a space of lack. But and let's not even get into the plastic, the microplastics, and the yeah. It's still, you know, repurposing, but a lot of them did that out of lack. Like they had to scrimp and save every single dime and didn't really have much time to enjoy life. Though those generations did have, you know, the time to retire and enjoy their life and things, but still, like my grandparents still pinch pennies, and there's no reason for them to, but they've just always done it. Basically, I think that they've been saving so that they can, you know, help family members, because like most of my family members get money from them and get their bills paid by them all the time, which that must be nice. But I've never been one of those family members. So, um, anywho, you were not meant to fit in. You were not meant to be treated like all of the other family members, because you were here to shift the entire pattern for the bloodline. I'm going to get back over here to look at your guys' comments because I see them flying by and I'm missing them. I'm a damn good looking glitch, motherfucker. Yes, I love it. Everyone needs to project that attitude because you totally are. Margarine could never find what leftovers were what. Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah, not so great. Yeah, the margarine itself is one element away from being actual plastics, but yeah, they are finding microplastic in people's brains now. But just storing your food over and over again in those plastic containers, you know, and you wash them and they break down and they leach chemicals into your food, that kind of thing too. So it's like it's a double-edged sword, man. So if you take nothing else from this topic today, don't use margarine containers to store food in. Oh man, that's gonna hurt some people's feelings, I bet. You are the blueprint. You are here to create a new energetic template for your lineage and your soul group. A lot of us will incarnate in the same soul groups, with the same soul groups, you know, in many different experiences. Some of us who came here don't do that. Like me personally, I have not incarnated with the same soul group probably ever. Um, there's still some yet to be discovered things, you know, in my shit too, but not sensing any kind of past life connections with these beings. And don't eat margarine, please. Yes, Steph, please don't. um but nonetheless, volunteers were needed, right? And these same souls that keep incarnating in the same soul groups again and again on the wheel of karma here, on that earth karma trap, um, they've been so bleached from their actual soul's frequency because they've just gone back into the cycle again and again and again. After they die, they go back in. After they die that time, they go back in, and so on. So they're so far removed because they haven't really been able to go back and really absorb everything and, you know, absorb the lessons that they've accumulated. They just kind of keep going and going. So, which has been a problem. And that's one reason why volunteers came in and they're like, I'm going to incarnate into this soul group so that I can help them, you know, raise the frequency for that genetic bloodline. And also, in my experience, I'll help shift the frequency of the plane, you know, from my being there and my anchoring my own soul's energies. And, you know, it's a really big deal whenever you look at that larger perspective. So you're impacting so much more than you could possibly fathom just by existing. Okay, so that's why you're not meant to fit in. You're not meant to do the same and be the same as everyone else that's gone before you, because it hasn't worked, because it's gotten us, you know, not even one step ahead in our evolutionary process, because we have been unable to access all of the parts of our brain, all the parts of our DNA, and we have forgotten that we are gods and we've placed that outside of us. So, those of us who remember that we are God come in to change the entire blueprint, because the old blueprint just wasn't working. It's working to a degree to enslave and capture many different beings to harvest their energy for so long. But you missed the souls here. That's so sweet. So you're here to create a new energetic template. You're changing old scripts around scarcity, being silenced, shamed, suppressed, or traumatized, because there is, family trauma that's passed down, abuses that are passed down generation to generation. You're here to heal that, to shift that. It ends with you. You're rewriting all of the ancestral coding through your actions, your choices, and your own healing. You are also, just by existing here, upgrading the DNA within your genetic lineage. Every boundary, every belief that you change, and every trauma that you heal, you're rewriting the codes for that genetic bloodline. Your nervous system healing is helping future generations to stabilize their own nervous system and be able to stabilize at higher frequencies and not be able to be so comfortable in the lower frequencies. It becomes intolerable, like physically. Your body is the physical container for the new blueprint and the energy that you're anchoring here to this plane. That is why your vessel is so important. Take care of it. Embracing the calling, even whenever it's lonely. Isolation is often a part of the path. It's something that can't really be avoided, because whenever you are different from everyone else, they're gonna, you're gonna be an outcast. But it's not forever, because once you start becoming authentically you and embodying your soul's true frequency, anchoring that frequency here, all of your other weirdos are going to flock to you. Check us out, right? We're a bunch of different colored little flamingos over here, different kind of birds, not just flamingos, but I'm seeing like green flamingos and all kinds of different, like a neon orange and tie-dye flamingos in my mind's eye. It's really cute. Yeah, those who resonate with your frequency will gravitate to you. Being the blueprint means you go first and others awaken by your example. You are a trailblazer, okay? You're the one at the front of the line with the machete going through the jungle and chopping motherfuckers down to create a path that is safe for the rest of the tribe to follow through, okay? So it's not going to be easy. You're going to get cut up. You're going to get surprised by, snakes out of nowhere and whatnot, but you're a badass and you're capable and you can do it. And that's why you're here. So as you step more and more into your true frequency, it gets easier and easier. And the more you heal, the easier it gets as well. So that is the art of mastery. Manifesting from authentic alignment. Yeah, when you honor your soul's position in this life, your soul's journey in this life, abundance becomes inevitable. Abundance of, wealth, but also health, connections, support, unconditional love. So all of these things begin to gravitate you as you heal and as you become more and more aligned with your highest self. And you're not cursed. You're being called for to a higher calling. So many people will never understand your calling, and it's okay. It wasn't a conference call, right? The universe supports those who are on a mission, and when you remain dedicated to your mission and disciplined in living your purpose, everything else falls into alignment for you. I think that might be, yeah, that's the end of the list. So it's not easy. No one ever fucking said it was. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's easy, because my own experience hasn't been easy, and I'm not going to lie. I would never dupe you guys like that. But it's not for the weak. And life forms here the way one loves their children. Oh, yes. That's beautiful, Susan. Oh, thank you, Patrick. I'm glad that was helpful. Um, I used to be resentful because my family always treated me differently. Like they would take care of and coddle every other family member. And with me, they were just like, oh, you fell on your knees? Let me kick you over, you know, so you land on your face. Um, what? You guys find it hard here? Yeah. So, and I am no different now than I ever have been. Since I was a little kid, I was so filled with love for other people and wanted to make others feel good and just wanted to love them and have them love me back. And that wasn't really my experience. Um, More often than not, it was the opposite of my experience. So I, for one, will tell you it has not been easy for me, and it gets easier though. I've healed a lot, and that doesn't impact me anymore. And I've created a beautiful chosen family that I wouldn't trade for one single biological family member. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Bronson. Oh, good. I love this. I'm going to highlight your comment because it's beautiful. Oh, awesome. Oh, and you're going to the hot springs. How lucky. Enjoy your time with water and in the beauty surrounding you. We'll have to get together sometime, love, because Bronson is one person that does live close to me geographically. Not super close, but within driving distance. So that would be really awesome to be able to meet up one day. But enjoy yourself, love. I couldn't have been more of a black sheep in my house if I tried. Same stuff, same. But we are giving other people permission to be their authentic, weird selves too. Um, so if it helps to free others from their own self imposed prisons, then it's worth it, right? So shake your ass in the bread aisle, okay? Sing in the car, shake your ass in the car, whatever you got to do safely, right? Always safely. And don't hold back. Be like Linda. Wasn't it you, Linda, that said yesterday that you were doing a spell jar and your friend was weirded out about it? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Super, super awesome. The easier side of the Rockies. Yeah. I was just in town yesterday. I went to Rifle. I know that you were close to Glenwood somewhere, but yeah, I love Glenwood Springs. It's gorgeous. This whole part of the state, like most of the state of Colorado, is gorgeous. Just the flatlands I don't enjoy because it reminds me of Kansas, and I hated living in Kansas because it was flat and sticky and hot. So I prefer being in mountainous regions. They're just, the mountains just resonate so deeply with me. You did. Susan did run off with the carnival at 16. Came home, gathered supplies, and took a year walk across the country. That is so crazy. Susan, you should write a book about your life. Seriously. That sounds like a movie. It reminds me, I think I told you this before. But Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, that movie, it's on Disney, guys, if you haven't seen it or if you want to watch it again. um I found it on Disney Plus like a year ago, so it's probably still in there, I don't know, but it reminds me of that movie. It's so like romantic sounding. Good night, Ben, we love you. Have sweet dreams. Does anybody have any kind of stories like Susan? Not like Susan's story, but anyone like Susan that has a story of your being a black sheep and, you know, how you lived your authenticity regardless. 60s children have lived a life. That's for sure. I love listening to stories of people's life experiences. when I was a kid, I was the only kid that did this, but my great grandpa, he was so awesome. He was like one of the most amazing men on the planet. But I would go over and visit my great grandparents, and I would sit with my great grandpa, and he would tell me stories about when he was a kid, and I would ask him about how were things in the old days. And he would tell me all of these crazy stories, like he was like a 3 or 4 year old little boy that he would go to work every day because his mom also worked as a seamstress, but he would go on the street corner in town, 3 or 4 years old by himself, and dance in his little wooden clogs for people to throw money at him. Um, he would tell me all these crazy stories. He told me about how we were related to, what the fuck's his name? Now it just left my brain right before I said it. He was an outlaw. Jesse James. Jesse James. So he was telling me about how we're related to him, not like it was like a cousin or something. So not directly, but like a cousin or something. And he met him when he came through town to visit the family one time. Um, so yeah, I got to hear all kinds of really cool stories. But that just, I was little. I was probably like 4 or 5 years old myself. You love hearing their stories. Yes. Are you still doing like end of life care, Danielle? I know you were getting into that before, but bless your heart, you're probably the only person with that soft heart that could actually do that kind of work and still keep doing it, you know? We haven't talked in a while. Yes, hippies were definitely part of the first waivers. First and second, there was some second up in there too. Yeah, you were. Okay. Not anymore. I wouldn't blame you for that one at all. That would be such difficult work, girl. My former co host did some end of life care too. Bless everyone who can do that kind of work because I would, like, I could probably do it, but it would just, like, weigh so heavy on my heart. No, okay. Yeah. Man. But beautiful, beautiful experiences, I'm sure. Well, does anybody have any questions or any kind of experiences y'all want to share too? We're not going to see each other until Monday because Sunday is Easter, and I'm going to spend time with my boys and make us some ribs. I'm going to do some barbecue ribs, and we're going to have a nice dinner and hang out together for Easter Sunday. It gets a lot, yeah, yeah. I'm sure it. Ugh, but people that have the capacity to hold space for someone going through their transition like that just absolutely amazes me. And it takes very, very special, um special, very big hearted people to be able to do that work. Basically was invisible. My sister was the black sheep stirring up trouble. Oh, my sister would stir, yeah. Hoppy Ishtar. My sister was a troublemaker too, and I learned from her lessons. I will not set myself aflame this time. I will always remember to keep the lid to the barbecue open. There was one time my eyebrow grew back, you guys. It took less than a month for my eyebrow to grow back because I was using my hair serum, you guys. It's got like hair growth supportive ingredients. So it grew my whole eyebrow, like it singed all the way to the root. You guys remember? And that was like 6 weeks ago, but I've had my eyebrow for a while, for a couple of weeks. It's been like fully full length hairs now. So I'm really proud of them. And my eyelashes are almost back to full length again. Um, so yeah, hit me up if you guys want some hair growth serum because I can hook you up and it smells sensational. Happy Easter, everyone. Everyone. Did you hear? I was going to say everybody or everyone, and I said every bun. So, all my little buns, have a beautiful 3-day weekend without me. I love you guys so much, and we'll be back on Monday. It will be early day on Monday, as usual. So, we'll start at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. British summertime. So, I will see you guys on Monday. I will release the promotional picture and create the stream so you guys know when it's scheduled and everything. So if you want to click going to the event, or if you're on YouTube, hit the notification bell and you'll get reminders whenever I'm going live. So I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful 3 days without me, and I will see you soon.